Our Maine mid-year report has been released on LamacchiaRealty.com, and I want to talk to you about it. Let's take a look at this graphic that gives an illustration of everything that went on. First thing to talk about, home sales up 3%, very similar to Massachusetts and Connecticut and on par with most of New England, but did beat New Hampshire. Average prices up 2.9, call it 3%. I thought that was good to see as well. And I will also mention homes listed up over 10%. These statistics are actually very good news considering two factors. Number one, we had a real winter for the first time in about 3 years. And I know in Maine it's always winter, but this year was a bit more than the last few years that have been particularly mild. So that was good to see, and I love seeing more people listing their homes. The other change that we saw this year was a presidential administration change, and anytime that happens, that causes a bit of a stall in the market. So even given those two things, it's nice to see home sales up a bit. Obviously, nowhere back to normal rates, but we're headed in the right direction. So what does all this mean for home buyers and home sellers? Number one, buyers. I always say, best time of the year to buy a home, second half of the year, and we are here. Very good news for you. The best months to buy are here pretty much from this point until you get to about the week before Thanksgiving, and then inventory starts going down again. So you should be excited about that. You should be out looking at homes, making an offer on a home if you see the one that you want. But as I always say, don't overplay your hand. Just because we're in this time of year and there's more homes to choose from, more inventory, and less buyers to compete with, doesn't mean that suddenly homes are going to sell for 20% less than they are worth. But will they sell for a bit less than they did in the spring? Yeah, probably. So be aware of that. Be excited about it. Home sellers, I hope you just heard everything I said, because you have to keep that in mind when you're listing your home. Now, if you're selling and buying something else, well, good for you. Then you get to take advantage of it. Yeah, you won't sell for as much as you would have if you listed in February or March, but you also won't pay as much as you would for a home as then. If you're only selling, then yeah, it's not the best time of year to singularly be selling your home, but be cautious with that. Don't be necessarily tempted to wait until the first of the year, because it depends upon the situation. If you need to sell, you need to sell, but you need to be realistic. Okay, one of the things that I noticed in almost all the states that I reviewed here in New England is every state price adjustments were up dramatically in the first 6 months of the year compared to the first 6 months of 2024. Why? Because sellers were stretching too much. And there were a few years there that you could stretch and you'd get the number. Not now. Those days are behind us. You have to be more realistic. So keep that in mind. I also want to talk mortgage interest rates for a minute. Back in April, when everybody was worried about tariffs, for that first week, rates went down. Then rates went up because bond buyers pulled back and they were nervous. Well, since that time, rates have come back down, and now they're even below where they were in early April, which is very, very good news. I hope to see progress with some of the things that are being worked on economically, globally, because if some of those things get in line, like I had mentioned in my video last month with the tax reform, that's a help towards mortgage rates. The other one is some of these trade deals, like the European Union trade deal that was about a week ago. Now it sounds like China is on deck. Hopefully they can make a deal. That will have an impact on rates, as well as many, many other factors. So I do see rates getting better and better as we get close to the end of the year. And it's nice to see that they've settled down a bit since sort of going up about a half a point back in April. It's nice to see that they've settled, but I think there's brighter times on the horizon for home buyers and home sellers, because it affects both. That's all. Good luck. Happy home buying and happy home selling. Thank you.